We want to graph the equation y equals 2x minus 1 using a minimum number of solutions. And again, we want to remind ourselves, when graphing a line, the minimum number of solutions to find is typically going to be 3. So, to begin, I will pick a value for x, say x equal to 1. I'm going to substitute that in for the x in the equation, so the equation will become y equals 2 times 1 minus 1. And we'll go through and simplify that. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So that gives us an ordered pair, x value 1, comma, y value 1, as 1 point on our line. I'll pick another value of x. I'm going to pick x equal to negative 2. When I substitute negative 2 in for the x, I'll have y equals 2 times negative 2 minus 1. So that gives us 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. That gives us a second point for our equation, second point for our line. Negative 2 is the x value, comma, negative 5 is the y value. For one additional point, typically referred to as the checkpoint, I'm going to pick x equal to 3. So y equals 2 times 3 minus 1. Well, 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So that gives us our third point, 3, comma, 5, because we had an x value of 3, which in turn told us the y value needed to be 5. To begin graphing this, I'm going to use a ruler to draw the y-axis and the x-axis. I'm then going to put arrows on at least the positive ends of the y-axis and the x-axis. I'm also going to label the y-axis with a y and the x-axis with an x. And probably the most important thing is to make sure I put the scales. Looking at the x and y coordinates I have, they all fit between negative 6 and 6. So I'll begin labeling the x-axis using a scale of 1s, so 1, 2, 3, and the y-axis using a scale of 1s, 1, 2, 3. So to plot the point 1, comma 1, starting at the origin, I'm going to go to the x-axis at 1, so right 1, and then I'm going to go to the y-axis at 1, which is up 1. So 1, 1 is right 1, up 1 from the origin. To plot the point negative 2, negative 5, from the origin I will go left 2 and down 5. Negative 2 in the x direction, negative 5 in the y direction. And finally, to plot the third point, 3, comma 5, from the origin I will go right 3 and up 5. So x value of 3, y value of 5. Since these 3 points do appear to be on a straight line, I will then use my ruler and connect the dots. To indicate that I recognize this line goes in both directions forever, I'm going to put arrows on both ends of the line. So that gives us our line. The next question on our paper here is, what is the vertical intercept of this line? The vertical intercept is the point where the line crosses the vertical axis, the y-axis, and I can see that happens here at the point 0, comma, negative 1. The next question on our paper is to now calculate the slope using any 2 points on our line. So if I pick the point 1, 1, and I pick the point 3, 5, two of the points that we calculated, I can see that I have a run of 2, because I went from an x value of 1 to 3, and I have a rise of 4, because I go from a y value of 1 to a y value of 5. If I write that as a slope, we want to remember the slope is the rise over the run, so it is up 4 over 2, and if we simplify that, we have the slope of 4 divided by 2 is 2.